All right, welcome to The Explainer. Everyone is talking about AI transformation, but it seems like very few are actually getting it right. And there's a big reason why. So many leaders are caught up in a fundamental misconception about what AI is and what it does. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that misconception and give you a playbook to avoid it. This quote from Mike Collins at Alumni Ventures, it just nails it. It perfectly captures the paradox that so many of us are living through with AI strategy. We consistently get our expectations completely backward. So let's unpack what this really means for you and your business.
And that right there, that's what we're calling the great AI misconception. It's the core reason so many amazing leaders are struggling. They're stuck in this huge gap between what they hope AI will do for them tomorrow and what it can actually build for them over time. Okay, so let's tackle that first half of the quote. We overestimate the short term. This is the trap, right? We hear all the hype, we see the flashy headlines and the mind-blowing demos, and our first instinct is to go chase those quick, shiny wins.
The hype machine is promising us these immediate miracles. We're sold this idea that AI is just going to solve all our problems like next week. But the reality on the ground from most companies, well, it looks a lot more like a bunch of initial setbacks and, let's be honest, some really, really frustrating failures. I mean, does that sound at all familiar?
And here is the real danger in all of this. When we get bogged down and discouraged by those short-term headaches, we risk missing the entire point. It's like we're so focused on the cracks in the pavement that we don't notice the earthquake that's quietly reshaping the entire landscape right under our feet.
So if that's the trap, how do you stay out of it? Well, the answer isn't some secret AI tool or a magic bullet. It's actually a deep commitment to the fundamentals. What you need is a simple foundational playbook that leaders can start using right now to build for real long-term success.
And here it is, just 4 foundational pillars, but look how they all connect. You start with a real business problem, not with the technology. Then you bring together a diverse, cross-functional team to tackle it. You make sure everyone, and I mean everyone, understands the basics of AI so you're all speaking the same language. And then you just let them start trying things. Today, not 6 months from now. This is the engine.
And let's just double-click on that team piece for a second. The magic trick here isn't just hiring a bunch of PhDs in machine learning. The real breakthrough happens when you pair that technical expertise with your domain experts, the people who actually know your customers, your market, your operations inside and out. That's the combo that solves real-world problems.
And this is so important. It connects right back to that last point about just starting. I see so many organizations just paralyzed, waiting for the perfect AI strategy to fall from the sky. But the lesson here is clear. Waiting is the single riskiest thing you can do. You have to act because action is what drives learning.
Okay, so once you have that foundational playbook in place, now we can finally talk about the real prize. This takes us to the second half of that opening quote, the part about the vastly underestimated long-term impact. This, my friends, is where the real transformation lives. But before you get to that big win, you have to accept this. You are going to have short-term failures. Things are going to break. It's not just a possibility, it's a guarantee. The critical mindset shift is seeing them not as failures, but as necessary steps. They're data points. They're tuition you pay for your education in AI. This requires the first of 2 really key mindsets: strategic patience. This is about leadership. It's the ability to see past those early bumps in the road, to keep your eyes fixed on that long-term vision, and to really trust that all the foundational work you're doing is going to pay off. But, and this is so important, patience alone is not enough. You have to combine it with its polar opposite, operational aggression. This means you are absolutely not sitting back and waiting. Your teams are actively, aggressively, and relentlessly experimenting, testing, learning, and pushing forward day in and day out.
When you combine these 2 ideas that seem like they shouldn't go together, patience in your long-term strategy and total aggression in your day-to-day operations, that's it. That's the formula. That is how you unlock the true game-changing power of AI.
And let's be super clear about what true power means here. We are not talking about a slightly more efficient process or a cooler chatbot. We are talking about fundamentally rewiring the DNA of your organization, completely changing how you create value for customers, how you compete in the market, and how you innovate for the future.
So we've unpacked the big misconception, we've laid out the 4-step playbook, and we've glimpsed that long-term vision. Now let's just bring it all home with one final question for you to take back to your team. Let's make no mistake about this.
This is not a fad. It's not just hype that's going to fade away. A deep structural transformation powered by AI isn't just on the horizon, it's already here.
At the end of the day, you don't really get to choose whether or not to participate in this shift. It is happening, with or without you. The only real question you have to ask yourself is, when this transformation fully arrives, will your organization be ready for it?